You know, I feel sorry for women.
Why?
I feel like they've been sucked into this thing of you need to be independent, blah, blah, blah. Like,
Oh, without a
It's
doubt,
like-
that narrative has been sold to them 100%.
yeah, but I like, why would you not take like, if I was a chick,
Yeah.
I would 100% take the woman role.
Oh, without a doubt.
I think if you go and you find the right guy, your whole life can be set up, and all you need to do is be his lady.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
be his support.
be his support, be his backbone. Yeah, you know what I mean? And
That's what makes a man actually unstoppable.
yeah, and with that,
100%. I've got no doubt. If you have a wife at home that's completely supporting you in every single way, and I'm not even talking from a perspective of financially, like that man, no matter what their role, no matter what they do, when they know they come home and they've got that peace there, they've got that happy spot there, and they will literally walk through shit. They'll do anything they need to do every single day. You'll get such a powerful man out of that.
but very rarely and I don't disagree with that at all, but very rarely does a woman financially support a man. And I don't think they should. That's true.
Yeah.
Women date up.
100%.
Women date up.
Yeah, absolutely. Would you have
Men
an
date
issue,
down.
Would you have an issue dating someone that worked at McDonald's? A woman? If that's what you did, or a cafe? Would you see her, a girl, like really attractive, really nice person? Would you have an issue with it? Yeah. Ask a woman that same question.
Yeah, but I completely agree with them.
Yeah.
I think, why would you do that? That guy's a dud.
Yeah.
No, not in the sense of he's a bad person, but you should be, do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, it's competition, isn't it? You want the healthiest mate. Like, let's go real biological with this. Like, let's go real caveman date.
Yeah.
It's the survival of the fittest. Are you going to go with a guy that's weak, skinny, scrawny, small, in the corner, scared? Or are you going to go with that big, tough guy, club, kill animals, provide for the family, eat me, Tarzan, you, Jane?
Me.
You know what I mean?
did you say eat meat?
I think probably. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Well, if it's Tarzan,
100%.
he's going to be a tough guy.
So,
Yeah, I reckon you're right, though.
yeah. And I think this is another issue with, not an issue actually. So it would be driven significantly by government too.
Why?
Because imagine now, why would the government not want women to work?
Why would the government not want women to
They
work?
would encourage women to be getting into the workforce as soon as humanly possible.
Why?
Have a baby, go back and work. What do you think?
Why?
Tax.
Oh, like more money in the system.
Absolutely there is. You're talking about 50% of the population.
Yeah,
How
anti
come
the
you
government.
haven't seen?
You are so anti
They're
the government.
fucked. They're all fucked. Give me the reins. Just give it to me for a year, and I will fuck shit up.
George PM, vote 1 for George.
Vote one.
Vote 1.
No, but think about it. And like, I get it from a financial case. Think of the economy as a business, or the country as a business.
It's not a smart move
Why?
because they only get paid 80 cents on the dollar.
That's right. But no, they'd be encouraging women to get into the workforce as much as possible. Yes, you can make as much as men. Yes, you should be getting in there ASAP, right? Let us take your kids, put them in childcare. Let someone else raise your children.
Yeah.
Let put them in school, put them in aftercare programs. You go and work. You work, you work, you work. Because you're getting half of the population now contributing to the economy and the growth. They're paying tax as they work. They both work, they go get a house. The mother and the husband go get a house and got to pay a mortgage. They have to always stay employed, the two people. So for them on that perspective, I think that narrative is 100% pushed and they'll never backflip on it. Do you know one of the greatest things and gifts on the planet that men will never be able to do is hold a child in their stomach and grow them and give birth, right? And that's not celebrated enough. It's like, no, have a baby, get back to where you need to go. We'll give you 12 months off, then get back into the workforce. Like, let's go. You go, girl, you boss bitch. Let's go.
I also think it's I think women are more emotional, and I think it's in their nature to kind of complain a bit more, if that makes sense.
I don't know if I completely agree with the complaining aspect of it. Emotional doesn't mean complaining.
No, but that's how they communicate. I feel like that's how they, they'll talk to each other, and
Perhaps.
bitching is a term based on females.
Yeah.
It's not a term based on males. They don't call it dogging.
Yeah.
Just know what I mean? It's called bitching.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I mean? That term comes from that, because women do that more than men do. Do you know what I mean? It's not maybe complaining is not the right word.
Yeah. I think I know what you're saying. letting their emotions, say, control a scenario person?
No, I think,
Or
yeah.
how they react to certain things or speak about things? Well, men are more logical, right? And that's
No, not reactions. I'm not talking about reactions. I'm talking about, it's complaining, dude. It's complaining. It is women will vent as a form of communication. And as a man, you'll try and sit there like, well, then just fucking bar her. Do you know what I mean? She does your head in about all that, cut her off. And then she'll be like, you don't get it.
Yeah.
But she doesn't want the problem solved.
just wants someone to listen to. Yeah.
Could you venting? I don't know what's the correct term. But yeah, I feel like that. Where was I going with that?
No idea. No idea.
I feel like that plays a part as well on that side. That's why they like.
So do you
if
reckon?
men did that?
Yeah. Okay.
That's where I was going with it.
Yeah.
That's where I was going with it. Sorry. If men did that, we would complain about stuff too. Like, oh, I can't have a baby. It's like,
Yeah.
But we don't. We're like, I don't know, it's life, whatever. Like, move on. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Do you think that because they're in the work, say you got women and men going for that same role, and let's just talk real corporate for a second. I think when potentially a woman is seen to do things like a man, that's how it would be interpreted, as them being bitchy or them being bossy or being difficult because they're just trying to act like the man would to get that same role.
Yeah, but see, I think that's a mistake women make. You're trying to play a man's game when you can climb a ladder in a different way. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? And maybe it isn't. Maybe you can't get to the top as easily. But like, if that's the game, that's the game.
And let's this is another thing. That's where I was going with the childbirth thing as well. Do you think they're at a disadvantage in that regard? Because say you do want to have a family, okay? You get married, you're a solicitor, right? You got your law degree and you graduate at whenever they do, 23, 22, whatever age it is. I don't know how long a law degree is for. I'm assuming it's 4 years. They get their law degree, they graduate to their early 20s. They work for 6 years and they go, cool, I want to have a kid. All right, they have a kid, that's a year or two off work.
Yep.
So in that 2 years that they are off work, those same people that they started their journey with, which was a male, was working 2 extra years ahead of them. Do you understand? So say a guy and a girl started at the same firm, they graduated uni together, they get to 30, the man is still at the same firm as the girl, she has a kid, goes off for 2 years. He continues his career. His career path is going to go further than hers will. That when she comes back and rejoins, he's got 2 years on it.
Yeah,
That's right. Or maybe 3. Yeah, but that's what I mean. And then that's where potentially this conversation comes in. Oh, well, there's a gender pay gap. I graduated the same.
That is a part of it.
Yeah.
But
that could happen.
So what?
Yeah, exactly right. But then she'll get paid less because he's more advanced. He gets the opportunities. And yes, that to a degree is a disadvantage to you as a woman to do that. However,
Why do you want to do that
do what?
as a woman? Like, what? So why you are born with a different gender?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you shouldn't have to, but like, okay, cool. You want to do that big boss CEO thing, compete with everyone? Don't have a kid.
Yeah.
You're not forced to have a kid.
Yeah, correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
Like it's your choices. Everything in life is your choice.
Yes.
Everything.
Yes. See, I also think that you were talking about being nurturing and doing that as well. I think it's a huge disadvantage to you. If you want to be a mother, I think you should go all out and do it. Some people, I get it, they can't afford not to have 2 people working in a relationship. But if you can afford, if your husband makes enough money that you can stay at home and raise your children,
See,
and the most powerful thing you can do,
here's my argument with that.
Yeah.
To the men
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah.
If you can't do that, why not? Like, money's a game.
Yeah. What do you need to do to get to that?
Money is a game. What do you need to be doing to make that much money?
Yeah.
What's the like? How? Okay, cool. What am I doing wrong? Or what do I need to be doing? Or how am I going to go from? Because if life came to it, you'd end up earning that much. But because there's a separate way out, like a path of least resistance, would you like to say? Yeah, they end up taking that. But it's like, you need to upskill. Simple as that, dude. You need to upskill. You need to work it out. Work more hours, do more, be more, like whatever it is.
Yeah.
Work it out. Find a way. If that's what you want. If you don't, I think women should do something.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt, I think.
I don't think they should just sit
It'll
at
get to a
home
point. It'll get to a point where you don't like when your kids
Just
are old
connection
enough.
with the world.
Yeah. Your kids will be old enough, and you can't. And I understand it. I can appreciate that too, because you can lose your purpose a little bit. Oh, what am I
Yeah,
doing
well,
with my life?
seen that.
There's only so much coffee and catch ups and dog walks I can go for. You know, and it's definitely important to have something to motivate you outside of raising children.
Yeah.
Right? But I think in the early years, between up to the age of 10, right, if you can be a stay-at-home mum during those years, it makes such a big difference in the child's development. It's not funny because it's not the grandmother or the grandfather looking after the kids. It's not the childcare. So you're working to pay childcare. It's not the childcare raising your kid. It's not the schools raising your kid. You're the one that's the primary influence in that child's life, the way they think, the way they behave, the way they act.
Yeah.
And you get that opportunity to do so. Yet the narrative is like, no, get back to work as fast as possible. That's what's pushed. We're not celebrating women the way we should be. We're forcing them it's like you said the other day about, I can't even remember what we were talking about. It was along the lines of the narrative that was pushed in the schools or whatever it was. And that's what the people would become, kids, because that's what they're saying. Hey, it's okay to do this. It's okay to do this. It's okay to do this.
Oh, yeah. When I was talking about the LGBTQ thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. And it's like,
percent to 20% or
yeah, that's right. So it's but it's the same thing with this gender pay gap dispute is they're getting that narrative pushed on them. It's like, no, get back to work, get back to work. And now a lot of these people are getting back to work. The women are getting back to work. I'm going, hang on, Joe's getting paid more than me and we graduated the same year. Why? Well, you've been off for 2 years having kids and now you're coming in and Joe's worked every Sunday for the last 6 months. And that's why he's getting promoted ahead of you.
See, I think women are playing the wrong game.
With what? With
Like, why are you trying to compete with Joe who can work Sundays,
yeah.
who can't have kids? If you want to have kids, if that's the game you want to play, that's fine. Play
You
it.
see, I think that's sad too. I reckon when couples decide not to have kids, I don't know. I think that's something they'll live to regret. Yeah, I know some. Look, I don't know how you feel about it. Do you want kids one day? Or,
Me, yeah.
okay, yeah. I think when I met someone, no, I did not. I met him. You know him as well, actually. I won't say who it is, but they were.
Drop the name.
Okay, it's Peter and Anthea. It's not them.
Yeah, I figured.
I don't even know who they are. They said, yeah, no, we've decided never to have kids. And these are young couple, okay, early 30s. Like, wow, okay. Do you really think in the years to come with all the business, do you really think in the years to come when the business is making a killing and everything's happening and so on and so forth, you're going to sit back when you're 18 and go, geez, I'm glad we didn't have any kids? When you're sitting in a room with no one.
Yeah, I get that.
You won't. Man, you'd have to be a hard ass not to have that regret as an older person.
There is a big study that around women, because the whole women feminist movement, it's been going for a while.
Yeah.
People got sucked in the 90s and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a big thing around the women who were sucked in the 90s who are now in their 60s.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
And
I've seen that.
yeah. And how much they regret not having children or devoting their whole life to work or how lonely they are.
Yeah. They're going the man. Why? The man's not the enemy. The man's trying to provide for his family, for his future. As you said, you're competing against the wrong thing.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be about that. By all means, go in there, do your thing, do whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy. Like, no judgment. If there's some woman CEO out there of a top 500 company, like, go for it, man. Like, good on you. Good on you. I got no issues, no judgment. Like, do you. But, there's consequences with everything, good and bad. There's consequences with everything, okay? And you might dedicate your life to that profession, but then, like, what do your kids turn out to be like? When they grow up, do they have that disconnect? Right? And this is something I love that Patrick Bet-David does, seeing as we mentioned him earlier. He's like, I want to make so much. He goes, my goal was to make so much fucking money that I always want my kids around me. He goes, I love my kids. I would have 50 kids if I could. I love them. They are my world. They are everything to me. One day they're going to grow up. They're going to grow up and they're going to have partners. And I never wanted it to be a conversation as to where we have Christmas every year. It was always at my house. And you know why? It's because I have the biggest home, the $20 million home in Beverly Hills, and I fly out all of my in-laws every year.
Yes, everyone stays at his.
They all stay at
Have you seen his house?
Yeah, I've seen, not in great detail, but yeah.
There's a whole YouTube
Yeah, is it? Yeah. Go check it out.
Walk you through his house.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm going to fly the in-laws in, every one of them, right? The 4 pairs, they're all staying here. They all get their own room. They all get their own wing. They stay with us for 3 weeks. All expenses paid. Everything. Because my kids are going to stay with me. Always. And their grandkids. There's never a question. Because we have 50 grandkids in here and everyone's going to be here because of me. Now, if you don't have that loving connection with your kid because you're climbing the corporate ladder, where do you think they're going to be at 20? Or at 18? They hit 18, they hit the age, they're going to be like, Mum, Dad, fuck off. I'm going to move to America. I'm going to move interstate. I want nothing to do with you guys. I'll see you on the week. I'll see you on the holidays. And they lose that disconnect. And that to me is sad. I mean, maybe it's a European background in myself we've got really strong family ties. Some people don't give a shit. But it's lonely up the top too. It can be lonely up the top if that's the path that you choose, if that's how you choose to walk that path.
So when would you stay home?
Stay home, cook, clean.
It's funny. Nah. You're right. I agree with you. I do. I think
Do you employ women?
me, yeah. I'm going to make sure my employees are 50-50. 50-50. Last one was a guy, next one will be a girl.
That's the other thing.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. Or if you want to watch the full episode, you can click over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and thanks for watching.